people all morning. The Fox 61 Morning News starts now.
And right now at 6, we have breaking news overnight. Crews are battling a huge fire in Mystic, right on the river at a marina. A live report is moments away.
And this morning, state lawmakers are heading into a special session. The issue is expected to be discussed and voted on.
Also, of course, state police working to keep people safe on the roads this holiday season. Just how dangerous were the roads out there compared to years past? We will let you know.
Good morning, and we do begin with breaking news out of Mystic this morning. Thanks for being with us, America Arias.
And I'm Tim Lambert. Yeah, crews very much still on the scene after a 4-alarm fire broke out near Seaport Marine in Mystic late last night. It happened south of the drawbridge just after 9 o'clock. Fox 61's Brooke Griffin is live in Mystic with all the details from firefighters. Good morning.
Well, good morning to you both. I did just get the chance to speak to a neighbor that was here. He lives just up the street, maybe 50 yards away from this area. He did confirm, he says he has extensive knowledge of this marine. He did confirm that Seaport Marine is the location of this fire. He says that the buildings here are the ones that were impacted. Now, the sun is almost up. We are almost able to give you a really good look at the damage left behind. But he says that Seaport Marine has several buildings, and one of them is a service building. He says he believes that that looks to be the one that was mostly impacted. It's the one that houses boats and different equipment, a lot of their storage for different things in this area. Now, they do have more than 100 boats in this marina and several buildings, like I said, but it looks to be that possibly the service building is the main one. Now, take a look at the video from the fire last night if it's not already up on your screen. That neighbor tells me that at least one home was impacted by this fire as well. It did end up catching fire. I did speak with a policeman who says that that home is almost burned to the ground, but that neighbor tells me that he believes the people inside got out because he did see their car drive away from that scene. We are still working to confirm that information with police, but the neighbor said that he does know that family and those people that live there, and he does believe he saw the car drive away. Now, there's also a restaurant here, a tackle company, a bathroom and shower building along with some offices. It looks like some of the other buildings in this little area where the marine is are not impacted. But we are waiting for the sun to come up so that we can see what exactly was impacted, what is still standing in the light this morning. Now, firefighters did say that a few of these buildings did collapse in the early stages of the fire. We are working to figure out which ones. Several different fire departments were out here until early this morning. Those crews were from Mystic, Stonington, North Stonington, Norwich, New London, Ledyard, the Connecticut State Police Fire Marshal at Westerly, Rhode Island, and more were all here, along with several police departments as well controlling the scene. They say they don't know what caused the fire, but that is, of course, still being investigated early this morning. Now, one of the bigger factors that they were dealing with trying to fight this fire was that it was very, very windy. In fact, it's still windy at this point this morning, but they say the winds were at around 30 miles per hour late last night, and that was making the fire spread much, much faster. It was making it harder to contain, but they did tell us that there were no firefighter injuries. We are still waiting on an update. We are supposed to get one from the chief at 8:30 this morning. Live in Mystic, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61 News.
All right, Brooke, thanks so much for the update. We'll check back. And remember, for folks at home, you can always get the latest updates on breaking news stories like this over on our Fox 61 News app. Just scan that code right there, and that will help you get it real quick.
And right before Brooke mentioned that the winds were still whipping down there, that's the first thing meteorologist Rachel Piscatelli said as well. You wonder how much more difficult that made fighting the fire.
Probably a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, just looking at those images too, those videos, you can see, and we did have gusts upwards of 25 to 30 miles per hour during that time, and we're still dealing with gusts upwards of 24 miles per hour in that general area, which we'll show you in just a moment. Overall, satellite and radar is mostly quiet, and it is very mild when you're stepping out the door this morning. Numbers ranging anywhere from 6 to about 21 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. So most of us in the 40s and 50s this morning. And these are our sustained wind speeds, upwards of 17 miles per hour in the Groton, New London area, looking at 24 mile per hour gusts. So it remains on the breezy side today, and it will remain mild through much of the morning and through your morning commute. By the evening tonight, 3-4 o'clock, that's when we're looking at our numbers beginning to fall into the upper 40s into the mid 40s base by 5, 6 o'clock this evening. So highs today will happen early, just around 51 to 52 degrees. Again, the winds becoming northwest, but it will still remain on that breezy side. Heading through the next couple of days, tomorrow remains quiet, but we are tracking some rain for your Wednesday. We'll detail that out for you coming up in just a bit. But it is 6:05. Want to get a check out on the roadways. Symphony filling in for Lauren this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sunshine. Let's go ahead and get you up to speed with what's happening out on the roads this morning. A little bit of action on I-91. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at what's happening out here. Do want to let you know about a crash on I-91 southbound. This is between the exits 29A and 27. Right now, the right lane is closed in that area, so you can expect some delays there. Also want to let you know about a crash on I-91 northbound. This one between exits 46 and 47. That one is due to a tractor trailer fire, so expect some delays if you are heading on I-91 again here in the capital city and in Enfield this morning. Otherwise, taking a look at the scene out there, it looks like traffic is moving just fine on this Monday as folks return back to the grind after that holiday weekend. Checking out the drive times now, it's going to take you about 3 minutes to get from Windsor to the I-84 interchange on 91 South and 5 minutes from New Britain to the Hartford Tunnel on 84 East this morning. Good news so far. Let's wrap up with a look down at Westport this morning. Traffic volume pretty light right now, but this is what we like to see as you head back to work on a Monday. We'll check back in with you in the next half hour.
Symphony, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Symphony. All right, an 11-month-old Naugatuck girl police say was killed by her father was laid to rest over the weekend. The family holding a private ceremony and police tweeting out this picture of little baby Camilla. This comes as the search continues for her father, 31-year-old Christopher Francis Sweeney. Detectives say they are working around the clock alongside the FBI and state police to find Francis Sweeney. The FBI is offering a $10,000 reward to anyone with information that leads to his capture and prosecution. Well, this morning, state lawmakers are heading back to work at the Capitol for a special session. Now, that's when the General Assembly meets outside of the normal legislative period, which will start in January.
Yeah, today lawmakers are hoping to provide people some relief as inflation continues to take a toll. They're going to focus on issues like home heating help and gas prices.
And Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro is joining us live at the Capitol right now to break down what lawmakers are going to be discussing and voting on. Angelo, good morning.
Erica, Tim, good morning. 4 issues on the table for this special session, and all of that stuff is wrapped into one bill that both chambers will ultimately vote on. Now, on the agenda for this special session, extending that gas tax holiday and the suspension of public transit bus fares, as both of those measures are set to expire this Wednesday. The governor is asking lawmakers extend the fare-free bus service through March 30th. And lawmakers will also consider extending the gas tax holiday through December 31st. After that, that tax would be phased back in over a 5-month period at 5 cents per month.
It costs us the state $1 million a day out of our special transportation fund in order to continue the gas tax holiday. It's important for us to, during the time right now, while people are getting in the holiday season, while home heating oil is expensive, to continue that back and then to ladder back up.
I think it's important to continue to extend that relief to people. I would like to see it not phased down, but I understand the governor's wishes to sort of ease people back in to the higher gas prices. But I think we need to keep an eye on that. If the economy isn't recovering, it might be something we want to continue in the future.
The governor also asking lawmakers to push out the effective date of changes to the state's bottle bill, which will expand the list of bottled products requiring a nickel deposit. Also on the agenda, approving more funding for the Connecticut Energy Assistance Program to help people with those heating bills this winter, and also approving more funding for the Premium Pay Program, which provides bonuses for pandemic essential workers. Now, coming up in the next hour, why Republican leaders are voicing some concerns over that Premium Pay Program and why they're asking fellow lawmakers to take a closer look at that program during this special session. We are live at the state capitol this morning. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61 News.
Okay, Angelo, thank you.
Thanks, Angelo. Well, 6:09 right now, and we are taking a look at the latest travel enforcement numbers from Connecticut State Police. And while these numbers are incomplete because they're through Sunday morning, many numbers appear to be lower than in years past, so that's some good news. State troopers say they made 36 DUI arrests, responded to 338 crashes, and ticketed 247 drivers for speeding, all on track to be lower than the last 3 years. Now, one number that has gone up, though, 3 car crashes have been deadly compared to one last year. There were 787 total traffic violations. And the roads were busy this weekend as expected as people traveled back home from their Thanksgiving festivities. They were greeted to a rainy trip. This includes people flying out of Bradley. One passenger tells us that she was rushing to catch her flight.
I actually didn't leave that much time for the airport. I board in about 15-20 minutes, so probably should have expected a little bit more busyness.
Of course, the airlines are now gearing up for the Christmas and New Year's Eve travel rush. A lot of airlines told us that they've increased staffing to help ensure people can get where they want to go this holiday season.